Hello, Pamela Spence, medical herbalist here, and these are my clinic notes for the week. So it is where I am in Scotland. This is the last week of term. So teachers who are patients of mine are all talking about their stress levels dropping as they see the end in sight and the holidays and a break coming to them. Parents like me are probably feeling that they're the opposite and stress levels are rising slightly as we look ahead to the 6 to 8 weeks we've got coming, often without the normal childcare and clubs and things open, and trying to figure out how we're all going to juggle working and kids. So but we did homeschool, so it's not going to be as bad as that. So there's lots of people coming at this time of year from different angles. The pollen count has risen again. So I was saying last week I thought we were at the height of it. I don't think I got that right. I think that I'm noticing people with hay fever are worse this week. So if that's you, go back to the last couple of weeks of clinic notes. They'll be there on the YouTube channel, and you will see that I've got some tips there for you. I'm not going to go over that again this week, but those things are all still very valid. I was hosting a big corporate event yesterday, and we had a lot of really amazing speakers, and the theme of the event was emotional well-being, and I just had a few kind of breakthrough thoughts around that when I was preparing my session and listening to all these great speakers who came virtually, of course, and I really kind of came to the conclusion that we talk about stress so much in society, and we talk about it particularly in complementary and alternative healthcare where I work. We talk about stress and we know how it affects us, and we know that it's not good for us, or short-term burst is all right to get us through, but chronic stress causes so many health issues. We know that it affects every single system in the body, and we know that that's normally a negative association if that continues for a long period of time. And one of the things when I'm looking at emotional well-being, I suddenly realized was that emotional well-being is actually the bit that comes before the stress, right? So stress is a response to a feeling. It's a response to a feeling of either being loved and safe, in which case we relax and the oxytocin flows, or feeling fearful and anxious, in which case we flip the switch into our fight or flight system. And so paying attention to our emotional well-being and how we feel about things is really, really important. And there is really a way of getting in there and changing the stress response by being aware of how we're feeling about things. And if we can, and I completely accept that sometimes we can't, but if we can, trying to change how we feel. We had a speaker yesterday. I'm going to link his stuff below. His name is Dr. David Hamilton. And I had the pleasure of coming across him and his work about 20 years ago when I was still in the film industry, but just about to take the plunge into film and television. And we met through some mutual friends. And I am a huge fan of his work. And what he's working on now is talking about the fact that an act of kindness has the ability to get the hormones that are flowing through your body changing from the fight or flight stress response to the rest, relax, feeling loved and safe stress response. And I just think that's such an amazing and simple thing that we can all remember every day. And there's lots of reasons why. And if you follow David's work, you will see he'll tell you all about it and explain it way better than I can. But the idea basically is that by being kind to someone around you, you actually create changes in your brain that make you more prone to noticing positive things in your environment. And you get the good feedback of having helped someone, because for most of us that feels really nice. And there's chemical changes that actually happen in your brain. And if you practice being kind, you can actually make changes in your brain that will change your emotional reality. And David is a scientist. He comes from research and development in big pharma. That's what he did years ago. And he's very much about backing up what he's saying. He's not some kind of a woo person telling you about this. He's very much about backing it up with research and looking at it. And I was just blown away by some of the things that he said yesterday. One of which was that he told us that the R number of kindness is the highest R number that's ever been recorded in anything that has been studied, and that kindness has an R number of 5. So that means that we all know about R numbers now. A year and a half ago, we'd never heard of them really, but we're all a bit obsessed and we always think of them in a really negative way. But this is a really positive thing. So kindness has an R number of 5, right? We're all obsessed right now with getting the COVID R number down below 1. So an R number of 5 means when you do something kind, that person who you have been kind to is shown to be likely to go forward and be kind to a further 5 people. And not only that, but the R number of kindness extends to 3 social steps away from you. David, I'm so sorry, I'm stealing your stuff here, but I am absolutely pointing people to you because this is incredible. So when you are kind to one person and then they are kind to 5 more, that's 1 social step. So then those 5 people are each kind to 5 more people, 2nd social step. And then all of those people are kind to 5 more people, and that is the 3rd social step. Isn't that amazing? And what it's doing is creating this wonderful positive feedback loop in your brain. It's exercising the part of the brain that feels good, and that part of the brain actually undergoes then physical changes that make it stronger, a bit like working a muscle in the gym or however you do it. And also the follow-up studies show that the people who were kind were happier in the longer term because they then start to notice more positive things in the environment. That blew me away. So much of David's work has blown me away over the years, and it was so lovely to reconnect with him again. I urge you to go and follow his stuff. You can find him on Instagram and I think Facebook. I follow him on Instagram. So maybe go and look for him there. And he has 11 books out now. When I first met him, he just got his first publishing deal, but 11 books down the road. He does amazing work. So be kind. As someone in the meeting said yesterday, wow, I'm off to make a Mexican wave of kindness in my meetings today, which I think is a very lovely thing to do. So I'm certainly going to be paying attention to trying to be kinder in my day, and I'm going to enjoy noticing all those positive things instead of worrying about how I'm going to manage the summer with work and childcare. So I hope that you are doing okay wherever you are, and remember, the person it's really important to be kind to, and this is homework I give lots of my patients, it's about being kind to yourself. So whatever that means to you, doing something really positive for yourself, go and do it. And let's make that Mexican wave of kindness. And I'll speak to you next week. Take care.